Section 1. Motivation and Eligibility. Why did you apply for global entry? Since moving to the US 3 months ago as a J1 visa holder, I have realized how wonderful this country is. Although my J1 program lasts 1 year, I hope to visit the US frequently for travel even after the program ends. And my father recently became seriously ill, pharyngeal cancer, so I will return to Japan next month to see him and then come back to the US about 10 days later. This is another reason why having global entry would be very helpful. What benefits do you expect from global entry? I expect global entry to make my entry into the United States faster and more efficient, and to allow me to use TSA pre-check for quicker security screening. During busy travel seasons or when connecting to domestic flights, these benefits will help minimize waiting times and make my travel process much smoother. Do you understand the responsibilities of global entry members? Yes, I understand that I must follow all customs and immigration regulations and provide truthful information. How did you learn about global entry? I learned about it through official CBP information. Do you meet all eligibility requirements for the program? Yes, I meet all eligibility requirements for global entry. I have no criminal record, and I have never violated customs or immigration laws. I can provide all necessary documents to verify my eligibility. Section 2. Travel History and Behavior. How often do you travel internationally? Going forward, I plan to travel internationally about 3 times a year, between Japan and the United States. Can you describe your international travel history over the past 5 years? Over the past 5 years, I have taken 3 international trips. I traveled to Mumbai, India in November 2023 and in December 2024, both for tourism. Most recently, I came to Hawaii in November 2025 for training on a J1 visa. Do you expect to travel more frequently in the future? Yes, after my J1 program ends in November 2026, I plan to continue visiting the United States for tourism. Also, as my J1 training organization is planning to expand to the US mainland, I expect to travel about 3 times during this year for training and training-related purposes. Will you be working in the United States? No, any travel to the United States mainland would be strictly for training purposes under the J1 program. Have you ever been denied entry into any country? No, I have never been denied entry into any country. Do you have any upcoming trips planned? Yes, my father recently became seriously ill, so I will return to Japan next month to see him and then return to the United States about 10 days later. Section 3. Security and Compliance. Have you ever been arrested or convicted of a crime? No, I have never been arrested or convicted of any crime. Are there any pending charges against you? No, there are no charges against me. Have you ever had issues with customs or immigration? No, I have always followed customs and immigration regulations. Have you ever failed to declare items at customs? No, I always declare all required items. Have you ever had your passport revoked or suspended? No, I have never had my passport revoked or suspended. I have always maintained a valid passport and complied with all passport regulations. Can you explain the importance of maintaining accurate and up-to-date travel documents? Maintaining accurate and up-to-date travel documents is essential for smooth travel and compliance with immigration regulations. Valid passports, visas, and other required documents not only facilitate entry into foreign countries but also contribute to enhanced security and efficient border management. Keeping all documents current and accurate helps minimize travel disruptions and ensures confidence during international travel. Section 4. Employment and Personal Background. Who is your employer? My J1 training site is a cafe restaurant called ABC Cafe, located in Hawaii. How long have you been with your current employer? My J1 training started in December 2025, so I have been with my training site for about 3 months. Where do you currently live, and how long have you lived there? I currently live in Hawaii, and I have been living there since the start of my J1 program. Do you frequently travel for work-related purposes? As my J1 training organization is planning to expand to the United States mainland, I expect to travel about 3 times during this year for training and training-related purposes. Section 5. Program Knowledge and Expectations. Can you explain how the Global Entry program works? Entry is a trusted traveler program operated by the United States Customs and Border Protection, CBP. I understand that Global Entry requires a strict screening process before approval, including background checks and interviews. But once approved, the entry process becomes much faster because members are already verified as low-risk travelers. The membership is valid for 5 years. How will you use Global Entry once approved? I plan to use Global Entry whenever I enter the United States. After my J1 program, I expect to travel about 3 times a year for tourism, and Global Entry will make immigration faster and easier. How will you maintain your membership and stay compliant with program rules? I will maintain my membership by keeping my information up to date and following all program rules. I will ensure that my travel documents and visa status are current, and I will comply with the U.S. Customs and Border Protection requirements every time I enter the United States. How is Global Entry different from other trusted traveler programs like Nexus or Sentry? Global Entry is a trusted traveler program that allows expedited entry into the United States for pre-approved, low-risk travelers. Unlike Nexus, which is mainly for travel between the US and Canada, or Sentry, which is for the US-Mexico border, Global Entry is focused on international travelers entering the US from any country. Global Entry also includes TSA pre-check for faster security screening on domestic flights. Section 6, J1, Visa-specific questions. What is the purpose of your J1 program? My J1 program is for professional training in restaurant management. I'm learning the management and operational skills my company requires. How long will you stay in the US under your current visa? I will stay for 1 year, the duration of my authorized J1 training program. What kind of training are you receiving? I'm receiving structured training in restaurant management, including restaurant operations, service standards, and administrative tasks to become a restaurant manager. Will your training require travel within the US? Yes, My company is preparing for expansion to the US mainland, so I may need to travel during this year for training. Section 7. Ability to handle unexpected events. How would you handle unexpected travel disruptions or emergencies? I stay calm, assess the situation, and take the safest and quickest action. I contact the airline or authorities if needed and keep others informed. How do you handle cultural differences when traveling? I approach cultural differences with respect and an open mind. I try to learn local customs so I can adapt smoothly. Section 8. Crisis management while traveling abroad. What do you do to stay safe while traveling internationally? I research my destination, follow local rules, stay aware of my surroundings, and keep in touch with family or colleagues. I also avoid risky areas and keep valuables secure.